Hello everyone, my name is Ilona and today is May 2nd, Tuesday 2023, and I just wanted to take a look at the energy of May, the month of May. So the first cards, of course, I shuffled the cards in my Dutch video. If you want to see that, of course, you can watch the Dutch video. But I've got the cards in front of me, and the first row is 3 cards for the energy of May. And the first card I got is the Seven of Pentacles, I've got the Six of Pentacles, and I've got the Four of Cups. This is the energy for May. So we need to be patient. Unfortunately, there's going to be a new balance, but a lot of people are waking up and are resisting what's being offered, especially by the dark forces and the dark energies. They're kind of sick and tired. They're just like, there's something wrong with the government, there's something going on, we just don't know. Doesn't mean that they'll be waking up for everything, but a lot more people just worldwide will realize something is wrong. And like I said, there is going to be a new balance, and I think people that already are on this path will feel it in the energy. I personally feel like a lighter energy coming in. It's just still, you can feel it. We still don't see it truly around us. We are really in a very hectic period now, but we need to be patient in a way. So we are going to see more and more things coming out. I think it will be continuation of what's been going on the past years, but at least, how do you say this? If you look at the last month, so many things are coming out now, and I think that will continue. But this is about a new balance. This is about people really realizing this is not what we want anymore. This isn't it. And that will be a possibility for them to see things differently. And I think more and more people are resisting the governments, what they're selling us. Less people are buying it. And I think that is very important. It's the first step. They won't be open to everything. Some of these people may still hold on some hope that the government is going to help us, but I think more and more people are seeing that there is something wrong, and that's the start of waking up and, looking through that illusion that's been going on and the manipulation. So I think that's very important. I think more and more things are going to come out that people will realize this is not what we want. Maybe people are more standing up, doing more research, but there is this feeling of this isn't right anymore. We don't want this anymore. So the cup they are offering to humanity, it's being rejected more and more, and I think that's the most important part. But we need patience. We need patience. Things are growing. Seeds are sown, I think. Seeds are planted, and we'll have to wait what the harvest will be. But it is started. We are in that process, and we can just see it around us. Everything is falling apart for a couple of months now, but it's just speeding up now. But a new balance can be felt. I can feel it in the energy, like a lighter energy is coming in. I thought that was very interesting. So there's already some change. The tide is already turning, and it's turning in our favor. So May is going to be interesting, but we still have to be patient, and I'm going to, of course, take a look at the end of the month of May. I've got 3 cards for that, so I'll get to that, of course, at the end, but it's interesting energy. And the next row, that's the Death card, the Eight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is about challenges, blockades. So what do we run into in this month? And especially the Death card and the Eight of Cups is really very specific theme. The Knight of Cups is more that there's possibilities and chances, but people just don't want to see it. There's going to be a group of people that will have a lot of trouble letting go of the old so the new can come. So they don't want to really face that. They don't want to see changes. It is tough to get out of your comfort zone. And it's very important to realize that even when I, deal with my own shadow work and things that come up, that it is not easy to get out of your comfort zone. We are, in a way, humanity maybe been programmed to be as comfortable as possible. And of course, these are the terms of the dark energies, because if you really look at it, we're not very comfortable, but people have this idea that they're comfortable where they are, and they have a lot of trouble moving away from this. This is a very conscious choice to move away from these cups, leave things behind, especially at an emotional level. And that's very tough. So the chances that are provided, I see, from the white hats to change things, to see what's really going on. Not everyone will accept that. So even there will be this resistance to change, to really see things differently and see what's been going on and what's been manipulating. I see the white hats as a very important part of what's going on with humanity and the Great Awakening. I know there are people that look at it very differently and actually see that the white hats are part of the black hats, and it's really just one thing. To me, that's fine if people see it that way. It doesn't make sense. We are still in this energy of duality, so it would be very strange if we just only had the dark part or the dark side. Like, where is the other side? If you're duality, you have both sides. So it's very strange to me, but everyone, of course, has the right to see it that way. But I really truly believe in the white hats, and I believe they are also giving opportunities. But a lot of people just don't want to leave their comfort zone. Even if they get very uncomfortable, they still want to hold on to these things. And that's why it's also important to make them as uncomfortable as possible, because that will give them a possibility to leave this behind and, really truly start seeing what's going on. But there is a lot of, they just don't want to leave. They want to keep it as they know. They are comfortable in what they know. And like I've mentioned before, it could be a very uncomfortable situation. But if people know that situation, there are a lot of people afraid of change, of really, they know what they have and they don't know what they're going to get if they let go of that. That's a fear inside, but it's really important that people start dealing with that fear, because it's keeping them in a situation that's just not good for them. But it's up to every one of us to make that decision to change those things. The advice for the coming week is the Eight of Swords, the Empress, and the Ace of Cups. So this is really about connecting, especially when people are feeling like, well, this is taking so long. Why do we still have to have patience? Why don't things can just come out? And usually they are in a situation they don't really want to be in. So it's very important to feel those feelings of, frustration and anger, maybe feelings of powerless, that things are just not changing. Very important to deal with them as well, because you can change it for yourself. And that's very important to understand. You can make life easier for yourself if you really tap into your intuition, your emotions, your feelings, working with your shadow, do light work as well. It's very important to balance that, because we are going to go beyond the duality now. That's the new world we'll enter. So we need to balance everything in ourselves. So we need to accept that sacred female principle as well, that's been suppressed, needs to be balanced with the masculine side. And it's very important that we connect and focus on that, so we can change things in our lives, because ultimately you're the one that's creating your life. So if there are things that are frustrating because you want things to change, because you're waiting for things, if you really let go of that or manage to heal that, you'll just be fine the way you are, and you won't be so frustrated that things aren't working out outside of yourself or not working out in society or on a worldwide level, because you'll be focusing on yourself and you see that life will get easier. If you heal things, frustrations, anger, sadness, pain, your life will attract different situations. You are already changing the energy. You're moving away from this feeling of being a victim, or, this victim mentality. And you'll be able to create a beautiful life for yourself, even if things are falling apart around you. And that's very important for people to understand. I fully understand this frustration. Sometimes I'm tired too. I'm like, oh, when is this all coming out? but I know deep down inside it will come out. And because I'm focusing on myself, I don't feel that anymore, not as deep or this frustration, because I'm dealing with it, I'm healing it. And I see that my life actually is getting better and better. And that's the most important part. So things can fall apart around you. People can, get in awful situations, but you will be fine. And if you really are in that energy, then you don't really, you're not going to be very focused on if things are happening in the world and if it's now finally coming through anymore, because you are changing it from inside out, and then you'll change your life, and ultimately you will change the collective energy of humanity. So it's very important to do that, because that is where we will win this war of, we've already won the war. That's how I feel and how I see it. But it's really important that we step into that and we start working with our own energies, because then we can create what we want. We'll be getting out of all these dark systems and dark energies. We can leave it behind if we change it in ourselves. If we balance ourselves, we'll move beyond duality and we'll move into this new energy. And the end of May, we have the Sun, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Five of Pentacles. So I believe for some people, the sun will start to shine. They will be, really handling their emotions, their feelings with a maturity. And they will start seeing that things are getting better in their lives and ultimately, of course, around them or in their environment. And people, they can see that, they can tap into that. And then hey, why is your life in a way better than mine, so to speak? And you can help them just by being there with your energy. So there is a part that things will be better at the end of May, and the sun is coming, and I could really use the sun here in the Netherlands. But this is about maturity. But there will be a part of people that still are fighting against change, still are fighting against this realizing what's going on, and they will really be left out in the cold. Lots of issues. There are going to be financial problems, especially I think at the end of May. Things are really moving in that direction, and changes made, prices, everything will be worse. It will just get completely out of control. So a lot of people will feel like they're completely left out in the cold. It will be a possibility to start seeing things differently, start changing things, and also start looking inside of themselves. So I think there's going to be more of a divide coming, and not in I'm not saying like very specific divide, but more, there will be people that will see like, oh, this is getting better, and there will be people that things will get more and more negative. And that has to do with their own mindset. And if you step into your power, it will give other people the opportunity to also tap into that energy and change their ways. But it will be up to them to change it. You cannot do it for them. You can maybe, make some suggestions, but it will be up to each and every one of us to make that choice. But there will be a group of people that it will just get more and more negative for them. They don't see a way out. They really are going to get stuck in this victim mentality, unfortunately, and fighting the changes that want to come in. And that will be up to them, because the more uncomfortable they'll get, there will be more opportunity to really start, moving away from this. But it will be up to them. And it will be up to each and every one of us, of course, to make the decisions about our own lives. So this is what I've got for May. I hope to see you in another video. Bye.